Happening, guys? MG here, MGCovers, bringing you a brand new sports betting preview for NFL Week 15. Season is winding down. Have one more regular season next week. Got a lot to go over in this show. Want to get everything in before one, so you guys have access to all this information. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna review my record real quick for all sports. We're gonna talk about all of the games for today, give you some background, kind of where I'm leaning on each game, and finally end with a preview. A free play. Record, NFL doing well. We're up 8.71 units. Hopefully we can get that at 10. That's our goal. NBA has been really well. Had a tough loss. We had two games yesterday, plus 7.5. Lost both of those on a half point. Still positive 1.5 units year to date. Soccer had a big plus 700 win yesterday. Record 35-35, up 3.4 units. NHL's really been a grind this year. We're down 7.5 units. Those of you that follow me regularly, we had listen to this, 17 overtime games. We've lost 14 of those. So really had some tough luck with there. And again, it's not an excuse per se. That's just facts. And generally in an overtime game, it's set up to be very even. That's the way NHL wants it. The worst case scenario, we should be hitting about 40% of those, and we're actually losing about 82% of those. So that will actually turn at some point, hopefully, fingers crossed, and I'm sure it will. Still early in the season. Okay, we're going to dive right into NFL here. We're going to go through each of these games, give you my line for the game. Well, not my line, but definitely where I'm leaning. Let's see here. Let's pull this up here and get organized. Sorry about this. Okay, we're going to look at this Tampa-Detroit game. 54% of the tickets are on Tampa, 46% on Detroit. Tampa's a favorite, -6. Should be a tough game. I've got this one as Tampa, small favorite. So definitely a little bit of lean towards Detroit if you want to fade the public. Philadelphia, Washington. We've actually had some reverse line movement going for Washington, which means that would be in favor of Washington, which is my team. They played really well here lately. The money's and the tickets are pretty much even. You got 51% on Philadelphia, 49% on Washington. You can get Washington plus 6.5. I doubt you will see that go to plus 7. It's probably going to stay right there. So we have Philadelphia as the favorite. Obviously, we have them as a pretty big favorite here in this game. Moving along, Chicago and Green Bay. This is going to be a great matchup. Tickets are pretty much even. Chicago getting 48% of the tickets. Green Bay getting 52%. Chicago is a 4.5 favorite. If you're playing Chicago, you could probably get 4.5 out there somewhere. Green Bay is the favorite, -4.5. We actually have this game as very, very, very close with Chicago as a very small favorite. New England, Cincinnati. I think it's out now that New England is not as this team is not as good as they have been in the past. Probably the worst. Somebody sent me an email the other day. I thought it was great. It says, or comment. It said New England is the worst 10-win team in NFL right now. And that's probably true. Nevertheless, they're still a good team playing Cincinnati. 10.5 point favorite, 10 points. Huge public team. 65% of the tickets. Cincinnati 35%. Cincinnati's much improved here the last couple of weeks. We actually have New England as a much smaller favorite, less than a touchdown in that one. Houston, Tennessee. Tennessee playing really well. Houston's kind of slacked off a little bit here. Still a very dangerous football team, very difficult to beat. Houston is the dog at +3. Tennessee's the favorite, -3. If you're going to play this game, you need to play. If you're going to play Houston, you need to play Houston on the money line, and that is you can get almost 150. Five Dimes has it at +148. Bet Online +141. Bookmaker +148, and Pinnacle 149. So if you're going to play Houston, again, the play is to play them on the money line. Okay, let's go back. Moving along here, we have Seattle, Carolina. Carolina finally fired Ron Rivera. Seattle's a huge public team in this one. If you're playing Seattle, Seattle's obviously the better team, and like I've said many times, is the better team. Um, when you're looking at NFL and handicapping a game, the better team is going to win, and that means that team is going to cover probably about 80% of the time. However, one thing going against you if you were playing Seattle is the fact that it's a very public team. You say, why does that matter? It matters because that means the majority of tickets are on Seattle. The public is more times than not wrong. Not all the time, majority of the time. You want to make sure if you're playing a card that if you look at your card and all of your plays are with the public, it's not a good thing. If you're 50-50, that's even better. And if you're totally in doubt as to what to do, majority of the time is to fade the public. Uh, but anyway, Seattle is -6. Probably that line's probably going to stay right there. My guess, Carolina +6. Denver, man, Denver playing really well here lately. 55% of the tickets. Kansas City 45%. Kansas City, that line's gone down. Kansas City opened up at almost a 2 touchdown favorite. Now it's down to KC -9, -9.5. So if you're fading the public in this one, that would be going for on the Kansas City side. Miami and the Giants. Giants almost got the win last week, fell short. Miami has definitely improved. Miami is the underdog here at +3. Giants, the favorite, -3 at home. Miami getting a majority of the tickets at 60%. Giants at 40%. Again, if you're going to play Miami, play Miami on the money line. You're going to be able to get, let's check this one here. Miami +165 at 5 dimes, so you can definitely get some good dog money there on the money line. Moving along, let's go back to the next game here. Let's see, where were we? Jacksonville, Oakland. Oakland, huge favorites here, which is surprising. Jacksonville just played really poor here lately. 39% of the tickets on Jacksonville, 61% of the tickets on Oakland. We have this game as Oakland a very, very small favorite. Consider if you were going to play Jacksonville, considering you're getting a full touchdown, I would say that would be the correct play if you're going to play Jacksonville. In my opinion, it would be Jacksonville or either no play in that situation because you're getting a full touchdown in that one, and you're fading the public as well. Cleveland, Arizona. Arizona underdog here at home +3. Cleveland -3. Cleveland has had some ups and downs. They've had some pretty big wins. They are heavy favorites here. Heavy public team at 57% of the tickets. Arizona getting 43% of the tickets. We have Cleveland as a pretty big favorite here. Next game, Minnesota to the Chargers. Chargers, if you follow my power rankings, have been up very high. They just had they run the ball well. They just committed a lot of turnovers that have cost them games. And that's probably why this game is really close here. Minnesota, if you look traditionally with Kirk Cousins, they've struggled on the West Coast. This game is at LA. Minnesota gets 60% of the tickets, Chargers 40%, and Chargers are a very small dog there. So if you're going to play the Chargers, I would just play whatever the cheapest amount of juice you can get, whether it's +1, -105, or if you're playing them, straight up on the money line. Atlanta, San Francisco, had a lot of coaching clients that asked me about this game, and if you're curious, I'll go ahead and make a plug for that. Our coaching program is $29.95 a month. You get access to all of our power rankings for all sports, which means you're able to see our line for the game. You compare that against a sports book, makes you a more educated better, and you get access to all of our coaching videos and our coaching vault. Again, there's a link in the profile if you're watching this video to sign up for that. $29.95 a month. Excellent, excellent value. And we just added NCAA basketball as well. So back to this game. Atlanta, interesting. We have Atlanta as the favorite in this one. Atlanta's played really well with Mark Ryan at quarterback. We have Atlanta basically a field goal favorite. The actual line is Atlanta +10. So that's about a 7-point differential there. San Francisco -10. Majority of the tickets are on Atlanta at 55%, 45% on San Francisco. LA Rams and Dallas, interesting game. This opened up as Dallas -3. A ton of people played Rams at +3. And you have to remember, sometimes when you see a heavy public team like the Rams, they're getting 64% of the tickets. A lot of that had to do with the fact that they were getting a lot of money early on when they were, field goal underdog. Now they're at -1 or pick them depending on the book you go to. So Dallas is the quote fade play there. Tough game here. Let's see what we have. We actually have we have Rams as the favorite in that one. Buffalo Pittsburgh. I don't see how in the world Pittsburgh has managed to play this well, despite their issues at quarterback. But Mike Tomlin's a great coach, and not surprising that they are small favorites here at -1. We have this game basically even. In fact, it came up dead even in our power rankings. Both teams were 310 and 310, which is the just numeric value that I use for my power rankings. Buffalo gets 60% of the tickets. Pittsburgh 40%. It's going to be a great game tonight. Moving along to Monday night, Indianapolis, New Orleans. Indianapolis at +9. New Orleans -9. We have Indianapolis as a small favorite in that one. And looks like New Orleans getting obviously majority of the tickets there. So we'll go back to our free play for today. The game we're going to look at, the line is Houston. Give you the updated line here. Yep, it's still sitting around 3. So it's Houston +3, Tennessee -3. We are going to take Houston on the money line at +145. Our line for the game is Houston -8.8, or basically a full touchdown there. So we're getting about a 10-point differential in that one. And I feel like this will be a really good game, and Houston definitely has an advantage here. Tennessee playing well, have won games, but again, they've been really close, and I feel like Houston will come back and obviously win this game somewhere around a touchdown, in my opinion. So again, free play Houston on the money line at +145. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Greatly appreciate the support. If you like this video, click like, and as always, subscribe to the channel. And hey, good luck today, and go Texans.